Welcome back to HQ Spotlight. Playoffs, playoffs, playoffs. That's the big push in Week 16 with so many clinching scenarios and do-or-die moments on tap. We've got some great games coming up on CBS as well, including an AFC East showdown between the first-place Bills and the last-place Patriots. Now, Josh Allen has looked every bit of the MVP, but can he finally get his crew past the hump and get into the Super Bowl? That's the big question. And for those questions and more, we bring in one of the voices in the booth, our Charles Davis, who will be on the call alongside Ian Eagle, and Evan Washburn on the sidelines. Charles, thanks for being with us. I want to start by talking about Josh Allen. In a year where everyone said this was a rebuild year in Buffalo, Josh Allen has not only taken that and rebranded it, but he's had some extraordinary play along the way. How do you contextualize what Josh Allen is doing in Buffalo right now?
It's great. It's a great question. Contextualize it. I'm not sure we can. Enjoy it. We should, because this is one of the few things I've probably gotten right this year. In preseason, I was convinced that Josh Allen was quietly excited about the challenge. A so-called lesser roster, but he would be the focal point, and he was at the age where he still had all the youth and vitality, but now he had veteran wisdom and savvy to go along with it, and he wanted the opportunity to carry a football team and have everything totally rest on him. We know that's how it is for quarterbacks anyway. But in this case, he was looking across at his rival, one Patrick Mahomes, and watched him win 2 Super Bowls, not playing offense in the style that he'd grown accustomed, but growing into the apex type of a quarterback. What does my team need this Sunday for me to win, for our team to win? And that's where Josh Allen is right now, except he's doing it in spectacular fashion. And here's the biggest thing. In the past, he's been spectacular, but he's also turned the ball over. This year, there are no turnovers, so to speak. The turnovers are cut almost totally out of the deal. The last 3 ball games, 0 turnovers, 0 times being sacked, yet putting up big numbers, throwing it, running it, and heck, even caught one against San Francisco. There's nothing he can't do, all right? War Admiral was a big-time horse that finally Seabiscuit slayed in the match race, but War Admiral was the greatest of his generation. Josh Allen is War Admiral right now. That big horse you can't stop.
Oh, some high praise from Charles Davis. And to think this is the quarterback that the NFL voted as the most overrated player at the beginning of the season, and this is where we are now. And Charles, to your point about the turnovers, he's gotten really great offensive line play as well, too. So when you watch that unit, are you more impressed with the individual play or how well they've been able to play as a cohesive unit and allow Josh Allen to play so free?
Mash it together. I start with Deion Dawkins, who's kind of the leader, the left tackle, perennial Pro Bowler. Spencer Brown, who's their mauler at right tackle, playing the best football of his career. But Connor McGovern, finally back to his natural position at center. He's the pivot and playing well. I don't want to overlook the other guys, Edwards and Osiris Torrance. But guess what? As a unit now, as 5 playing as 1, I don't know that there's a better unit in the game. And guess what? There are a lot of good offensive lines out there, right? We always talk about how Philadelphia has been perennially an excellent offensive line, and they are. Kansas City's interior 3 is as good as anyone out there. But this group as 5 playing together, wow. Pass pro, terrific for Josh, moving people well in the run game. And when they are two-dimensional, look out. Because right now, Buffalo's just stampeding people. 8 straight games scoring 30 points or more.
And to take it a step further, they're the first team in the NFL to have 5 or more touchdowns and no interceptions or turnovers in 3 straight games. So just to take that a step further, they are really playing well. If we look at the other side of this matchup, though, Charles, obviously things have not gone the way that the Patriots have wanted in Jerod Mayo's first season in charge. We did get a chance to hear from the quarterback, though, Drake May, and one of the things he said in his press conference is that he is backing Jerod Mayo. When you think about the situation in New England and all the newness with the quarterback and the head coach, how do you sort of rate where Drake May is? Are we maybe overlooking what he's been able to do in his first year?
I don't know if we're overlooking it, but I do think that because of the other successes that rookie quarterbacks are having, and his team is not playing very well, their record isn't up to par, that sometimes we're missing on it, right? Because look, Bo Nix has his team in position to go to the playoffs. Jaden Daniels, the exact same thing. And for a while, we were talking about Jaden Daniels as an MVP, not just a rookie of the year. Okay, Caleb Williams has been the flavor of the month since he got drafted, and we saw him in Hard Knocks. So we go through all that, and sometimes you overlook the guy because the team isn't playing well and he didn't start the season in the position. Take the numbers, kick him to the curb. Just watch him play. The passion, the hunger, the ability to get better all the time, the ability to be elusive and be a good runner when he takes off and scrambles. And remember, he's doing all that without any called quarterback runs. They're really not doing that with him. They're not even quarterback sneaking in. This kid has got it. And he went through the draft process where he got beat up a lot. I think a lot of people are looking back and saying, oh, we missed on that one. I like this kid a ton, and I like the way that he's playing the game and playing to win each and every week, even though his team isn't having that success.
Yeah, I watched him play when the Patriots were down here facing the Dolphins, and just his size, he never gave up in that matchup, to your point. So we'll have to see how it pans out. We can't wait to hear you on the call for this one on Sunday. Charles, thanks so much for your time here on HQ Spotlight. And that one kicking off at 1 o'clock Eastern on CBS. Plenty of other games to keep you entertained on the network, though. You got the Rams and the Jets, Browns, Bengals, and an Ohio clash there. And then in the late window, a couple of other interesting games, including the 49ers at the Dolphins.